good to go. Making sure we are not streaming it to Sharameth, as we accidentally did a few weeks ago. Okay, let's just warm up. We'll warm up with Jolene this morning. How's that sound? I'm assuming we are comfortable with our. Let me tilt this. Comfortable enough with these chords that I can block some of them. There we go. Okay. Am I correct that we are comfortable enough with B flat and F that we're okay if those chords aren't showing? Great. Okay. Let's jump right in. Let's get into a little bit of a groove and get moving. So here we go, just starting with our D minor chord here. So find that groove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You'll notice I'm giving the emphasis actually here to the 2, not to the 1, right? I'm kind of bouncing the 1. Show you what my finger's doing. Bounce. Right, that bounce is just really just a bouncing off the top string on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, bounce 2, 3, 4, bounce 2, 3, 4. You don't have to do it that way, but here we go, Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. So here's another thing that I'm doing. You hear that sound that I do, 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 do. All I'm doing is lifting up that ring finger. Really, I'm going from an F to the D minor. Just adds a little texture to it. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Second line. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair and ivory of emerald green. Sorry, lost my place. Your smile is like a breath of spring. Your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Let's do the verse one more time. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring. Your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. Okay, how did that feel with me not saying any chords, right? All I was doing was singing the lyrics. Was that We got to a point where that feels doable?
Yeah. And substituting the C7 is very helpful.
Instead of the B flat there?
Yeah.
I keep meaning to just take out the B flat. The C7's a better chord there.
Yeah, it sounded so much easier than the B flat. Very nice.
Okay, so let's move on to what we worked on last time, which is just our C major scale. So let's go ahead and give a, nope, that was the wrong button. There we go. Okay, so let's just review how to do this right here. I know we did last time, but I know that the tablature can be confusing sometimes. Right, so we have our 4 strings. They're kind of in the opposite order of what you imagine them to be, because the bottom line is the G string, the string closest to you, and the top line is the A string, which is the string all the way at the bottom here. So whenever, the point of tablature is that it lets us know when to pluck individual strings as opposed to just playing an entire chord, right? So whenever we see any number, it lets us know what fret on that string we're going to pluck. Every time you see a number, it's a pluck. So when we see a 0, it just means it's an open, right? You're just striking the open with no fingers, no frets on it. When we see a 2, it's going to be the 2nd fret, right? 3 is going to be the 3rd fret on that string, so on and so forth. So what it should end up looking like is this. So open, 2, open, 1, 3, open, 2, 3, and then back down, right? 3, 2, open, 3, 1, open, 2, open, and we're not actually even touching the G string on this, right? We're just starting on that C string because we're playing a C scale. Okay, is anyone confused about how to read this or how to play this? Or we understand that? Okay, so let's go through this a few times. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, were you able to play that with me, or is it hard without me saying the things? Generally able to play it with me? Yeah? Okay, let's do it again. And we're going to do it 4 or 5 different times, and we're just going to get faster and faster as we go. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. And again. Let's do this speed again. Here we go. Again. One more time. Okay, how'd that feel at the faster speed? A lot of, yeah, there we go. A lot of, 40% is kind of what it feels like right there. So, obviously, well, let's pause for a second. Which is the part that's difficult when we are playing it faster? Is it the picking with your right hand? Is it the fretting with your left hand? Is it putting it all together? Which is the part that's hard?
I keep getting on the wrong string.
Wrong string? Okay, Kathleen?
I found it easier the more familiar I got with the pattern. It's more kind of like, for me, it was just like looking at the graphic and then translating that into my brain and then getting my brain to get my finger to move fast enough. But the more I kind of had it memorized, the easier it got.
Yep.
Oh, I agree totally. express my thoughts exactly. Just
I can't get my fingers to move that fast.
On which hand?
Right.
The
The
right.
one I'm plucking.
The one plucking. What are you plucking with? Which finger?
My thumb.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. So maybe an exercise to do is just this. So what we're going to do now is let's do each of these where we play each note 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that make sense? So what we're doing here is we're speeding up our thumb picking speed and slowing down our left hand so we can have a little more time to think about it as we're going. Okay, let's try that. First, just get into this groove. Just pluck with me. Just that open string, just the open C string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just plucking down. One thing that helps if you're not doing it, when I'm plucking, I'm putting these other fingers below my ukulele. I'm putting it on this, what's called the upper bout right here. You have these two pieces. This is called the lower bout and the upper bout. Right, the lower is usually going to be a little bigger than the upper bout. And I'm putting my other fingers, all my fingers, underneath the upper bout right here, and then just leaves my thumb right there. And it just holds it right in place. Does that make sense? So if you're not doing that, go ahead and try that and see if that helps you. Don't have to do that. Kathleen has no bouts. That, by the way, is called a pineapple shape. That's when you're buying a ukulele. That shape is known as a pineapple shape. There we go. Okay. So the same idea should work, Kathleen. By the way, you can put it right at that curve, but you just have no bouts. Okay, here we go. Let's get into that speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2. Okay, here we go. Open. 2. Open. 1, 3. Open. 2, 3. 3 again. 3, 2, open, 3, 1, open, 2, open. Okay, we're gonna do this again. Stay on that open for a minute. Here we go now. Open, 2, 3, 4, 2, open, 1, 3, open, 2, 3, and back down. 3, 2, open, 3, 1, open, 2, and open. Okay, was that easier this time? Okay, so then what that shows us is that the hard part was not actually plucking your thumb that fast. The hard part is plucking your thumb that fast and changing your fretting hand, right? It's the combination of all of those pieces. Just a very random note, well, not so random. I'm noticing, I don't know if you're noticing it on mine, but I am noticing buzz on some of mine when I'm fretting. And what that lets me know is that the humidity is dropping as the heater is coming on. The heater is going to suck the humidity right out of your house. So time to either stick that humidity thing back in. You can see mine is sitting here shriveled and unused during the summer. But we'll go back in. Or what I do, this is my office room right here, and all the doors are closed, so I have just a room humidifier in the corner that works really nicely that I'm going to have to go plug in after this class today. Okay, let's do that again. Except this time we're going to do 4 times the first time through, and then we will switch to 2 times. There we go. Okay, here we go. Just get into the groove. Open. Here we go now. Open. 2. Open. 1. 3. Open. 2. 3. Back down. 3. 2. Open. 3. 1. Open. 2. Open. Okay, stay on that open. This time we're going to pluck each one only twice, okay? Here we go now. Open. 2. Open. 1. 3. Open. 2. 3. 3. 2. Open. 3. 1. Open. 2. Open again. Here we go. Let's do it all over again. Here we go now. Open. 2. Open. 1. 3. Open. 2. 3. 3. 2. Open. 3. 1. Open. 2. Open. How did that feel? Easier? Doesn't have to be great, but easier than before, right? We're actually going faster than we were before, if that wasn't clear. Let's do that one more time. This time we're going to go from 4 to 2 to 1. So just get into our groove here. Here we go now. Open. 2, 3, 4, 2. Open. 1. 3. Open. 2. 3. 3. 2. Open. 3. 1. Open. 2. Open. Okay, sit on that open, and now we're going to do it 2 times each. Here we go. Open. 2. Open. 1. 3. Open. 2. 3. 3. 2. Open. 3. 1. Open. 2. Open. Okay, now get back into that groove, and now we're going to do it just once. Here we go now. Open. 2. Open. 1. 3. Open. 2. 3. 3. 2. Open. 3. 1. Open. 2. And again. Open. 2. Open. 1. 3. Open. 2. 3. 3. 2. Open. 3. 1. Open. 2. Open again. Open. 2. Open. 1. 3. Open. 2. 3. 3. 2. Open. 3. 1. Open. 2. And open. Okay, how was that? Easier by the end, right, than it was at the beginning. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to return back to our other song we've done with this, Hallelujah, and we're going to take another look at the tablature here. Let me do this for y'all if this is helpful. Did that make things bigger for some of you? Okay, so just going ahead and looking at this for a moment. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Looking at this for a moment. Is this too small? You want me to make it bigger? Mom, what are you saying?
It's too blurry.
Blurry?
Yeah.
You are very blurry.
Yeah, I can't tell like what the first note is.
What about now? Is it blurry now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My face is blurry now.
Yes.
you're pixelated.
Huh. Let's take
And your
a...
movements are a little jerky.
Well, that's a little judgy right there.
You've kind of been blurry the whole lesson so far.
Yeah.
Nobody else's, just you.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa.
That change anything?
That's better. Yeah.
better.
Sharper.
Ah,
Weird.
much better.
I literally just turned off the high definition and turned it back on.
That's very good.
If at first it doesn't succeed, try rebooting, right?
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Okay, so let's look at this again. And we did this a long time ago, right? But hopefully we have a different understanding now of tablature in looking at this, right? Do you feel like you're able to look at this and read it? Right, even if you went very slowly, do you feel like you'd be able to pluck this out even if you didn't know the song at this point? Okay, so let's just do that top line. And I want you to ignore the chord charts unless it's helpful for you. The chords are letting us know where to put our fingers, but we don't need that actually here, right? This is technically called arpeggiated chords. These are arpeggios, meaning we're plucking each individual note of a chord as opposed to strumming them all together. Okay, here we go. So let's just do this first line. So starting on that G string, and we're going to be open, 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 3, open, open, 2, open, 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 3, open, open, 2, open, 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 open. How did that feel? Now, what's tough about that, Mom?
I need you to go through one time with us where our fingers go.
Which
I'm getting distracted by the C on the G and 0.
I don't understand what you're
What's the
saying.
chord and what's the plucking?
Don't worry about the chord. Ignore the chords. You muted yourself again.
I don't know exactly how to explain what's hard. It's, is anyone else struggling with this, or just me?
Doesn't matter.
So, okay, I got it.
Got
I
it.
remember. Yeah.
But you don't need to look at the chords. In fact, it's probably better not to look at the chords. Okay, we ready? Let's try this again. We're going to do that first line. We're going to do that first line a few different times over and over again. Here we go now. Open, 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 3, open, open, 2, open, 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 3, open, open, 2, open, open, open. Again from the top. 3, 2, 3, 2. Okay, how'd that feel? Okay, so our pattern, right, it's actually pretty easy because we're just plucking each string and going down and then up, right? We're just going. The whole time we're just going down the strings and up the strings, which makes it quite easy, right? It doesn't have to be that way, where each string is just getting one pluck before you go to the next string. Okay, let's do that again. Now, just to note, this is in 3/4 time, not 4/4 time, so we're counting to 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or actually 6, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2. How'd that feel? Okay, let's do the second line now. Now the second line is going to be the exact same pattern, exact same strumming pattern with our right hand, right? Just going down the strings and up the strings, down the strings, up the strings. But our chords are going to be different. So this next one's going to be 2, open, 2, 2, open, 1, open, 1, open. Turn off this ringer, I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, so it might be easiest to put your fingers down already in an F shape and then switch them to a G shape. Going back and forth. That might be easier on this one right here, right? So put your fingers down on an F shape and then you're just going to be going down the strings. 2, open, 1, open, 1, open. Now G. So open, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Let's just do those first two again. Again. F. Now G. F again. Now G. Again, F. Now G. How'd that feel? Okay, so now we're going to do the whole line, which is going to be that F, then the G, then the C, then the G. Here we go. 2, 3, 2, F. Now G, here we go. G. Here comes C. And now G. Do the whole line again. Here comes F. F. Now G. Now C. Now G. One more time. F. Now G. Now C. Now G. Okay, now let's do the first two lines together. Starting with the C. Here we go. C. A minor. Now C. Now A minor. Second line, here comes F. F. Now G. Now C. And G. We're going to do both of those lines again. Here we go from the top. C. A minor. C. A minor. Now F. Here comes G. And C. And G. Okay, how did that all feel? Yeah? Okay, so now let's go ahead and play that bottom line. Now, let's just look at this bottom line for a second because we can see immediately that the pattern changes, right? It's a different pattern. So we're used to this pattern where we are going down and then up, right? Constant with our right hand. It's just simple. Now what's going to happen is, and each of those is counts to 6, right? Think about it. If you're going on each string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're back to the beginning again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to cut those in half, and we're going to only do 3 on that F and that G down there, right? Everyone sees that? it's written differently? Look at that bottom line, right? So the first one's the C, and we see that it's going down and then up, right? It's got that triangle shape, but the next one's just go down, right? Just 2, open 1, open 2, 3. So what's happening here, just watch how I do it for a moment. So we're going to do the C for the full shape. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to do F, and it's just going to be going the first 3 strings down. F, 2, 3. And then we're going to play the G, and we're going to do those same 3 strings. We're going to jump back down. And then we're going to do that again with the A minor, and we're back to our pattern. Did that make sense? Any confusion about that before we try to play that? No, we understand what's happening there? Okay, let's go ahead and try this. Here we go. So that bottom line, starting with the C chord. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now F, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that again from the C. Here we go. C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that again. Here we go. C, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How'd that feel? Okay, so one pattern to notice here is every time we have a chord change, we're starting again on the string closest to your chin. We're starting again on the G string. So the first pluck of every chord change is on that G string. So if we're changing a chord, no matter where you are, you're going to jump your thumb back here. Everything up to this point, you've already been there. But on this line, you're going to need to jump back. Make sense? Let's try it again. Here we go. C, F, G, A minor, F. Do that again. Here we go. C, C, F. Here comes G, G, A minor, and F. How'd that feel? Okay? Okay, now let's try doing all 3 lines together. Okay, so from the top, here we go. 2, 3, C, A minor, C, A minor, F, G, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, G. Here's our third line. Here we go. C, F, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, A minor, F. Let's just do that third line again, starting on the C. Here we go. C, F, G, A minor, and F. From the top, C, A minor, back to C, A minor. Here comes the second line, F, now G, and C, and G. Third line, here we go. Here comes the fast part. C. Here's the F, G. F, 2, 3, now G, 2, 3, now A minor. And F. Let's do that third line one more time. Here we go. Back to the C of the third line. C. Here comes F, F. Now G, G. Now A minor, A minor. And F. How'd that feel? Yeah? Okay. Let's go to the second page. Okay, now, look at the end of this first line, right above me, right? Do you see how there's 4 numbers stacked on top of each other? What that tells us is that we are plucking them all at once. Or to say it differently, we're just going to strum an A minor chord there. But you can write a strum in tablature by writing all of the strings that you're going to pluck on top of each other, like we do right up there, right? Does that make sense? Any confusion on that? Right, so you can write out your strums in tablature just as well as you can write out your individual notes. And in fact, sometimes you'll have 2 strings that are plucked at once, or 3 strings, or whatever it is, and you would write them out exactly like that. Make sense? Oh, excuse me. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to start with the G. Here we go. G. E minor. So E minor is not a chord we play much, right? You'll remember it is the sort of stepping stone one. Right, but if you can't remember what it is, look above, and it'll teach you. So on the C string, it's going to be the 4th fret. We're going to use our 3rd finger for that. On the E string, it's going to be the 3rd fret, and we're going to use the 2nd finger for that. And on the G string, it's going to be the, on the A string, it's going to be the 2nd fret, and we're going to use our 1st finger for that. I think Amy used to call this the stepping stone one, and that made sense to me. Somewhat similar feel to a B flat chord, right? Not quite the same, but somewhat. So let's try this slowly. Here we go. G. Now E minor. Let's do that again. G. And switch to the E minor. How's that feel? It's a tough change, isn't it? It's a little tough for me too. So let's think about what it is that we can do that with. So first of all, one way to do this is to not have to put them all down at once, right? Here's our G chord. And then if I'm moving to that E minor, we're going to start with that ring finger. So that ring finger is going to go up and over. Right, so here's our G, up and over, and then everything else is just going to fall in behind it. So try that. G, up and over, and everything else falls in. G, the ring finger goes over there, and everything else falls in place. Right, start with that G again, and then lead with that ring finger, and let everything else fall into place. So let me show you one. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Is the ring finger on the 4th fret?
Correct.
We don't usually use the 4th fret.
No, exactly. We spend a lot of time on it's called first position that we play in, but sometimes on a guitar it's called cowboy chords, as opposed to playing fancy chords up here. So the cowboy chords back here. Okay, so just look at this. Oh yeah.
I may be the only one. Could you show the E minor chord again?
Yeah, absolutely. And let me show it to you a different way too. So a E minor and a G have the same relationship to each other that a C and an A minor do. Right? They're called the relative minor of each other. Here's our A minor and here's our C. And we can immediately see that two of the three notes are in common between them. And we can see that because those two strings in the middle are open on both, right? So the C and the A minor, we see that with. Now go ahead and look. It's a little harder to see here because the fingering changes. But here's a G, right? Just look for a moment. Don't even worry about playing. I just want you to see the music theory of this for a moment. So look at this, right? And then if you look at an E minor, it's different fingering, but you can see that what's happening is that it's still, right? Here's your typical G shape. I'm using my other hand to play it, right? But you see that that's a G shape right there, yeah?
Yes.
And the only note that's changing is that string right there. See that? The other three strings are all in common. So that's all that's happening is we're moving from here in a G up to the 4th fret for an E minor. Now, we have to totally change our fingering because of the way that the ukulele is, right? You can't really take that index finger and force it over onto the 4th, right? It doesn't want to do that. So you have to move everything around, unfortunately. So this is one just to practice, right? So that's our E minor, starting with our index finger down here on the 2nd fret. And Mom, like you pointed out, that's the most distinctive thing I think about this is that we're messing with that 4th fret, whereas most things are not on that 4th fret. How are we feeling about that E minor? Still tough?
Yeah.
Ray, I think you're on the... Play that again, Ray. Yeah, good. Now play an E minor. Oh, yeah, there you go. That sounds good.
Okay. That's the stepping stone.
That's the stepping stone. Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Let's try this. Let's do that line. Here we go. Starting with a G. G. Now E minor. Just do that again. Back to G. G. Now E minor. Now A minor. And a strum there. Okay, let's do that whole line again. Here we go. G. E minor. And A minor. You can hear that leads into Hallelujah, right? Hallelujah. Okay. Let's use our last few minutes to put this aside and do some strumming. Go play a song. Let's stay in 3/4 time. And let's do our 3/4 time Nigun. Maybe I'll put it up here. Actually, yeah, there we go. Okay. So let's get into a groove. 2, 3 on a C. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. da da yay day. Here comes D minor, D minor, D minor, yay day day C, C, back to D minor, again D minor to C, 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 C goes to D minor, D minor, D minor, D minor goes to C, back to D minor. Okay, now we're gonna go on here. So think about that G minor, which is coming next. Here we go. Look at that G minor if you need to, and let's get ready. Here we go. Now G minor, now C, now F to D minor, G minor again, G minor, next to C, goes to C, now F, F, and D7. D7 is not a chord we play much, but easy enough change. Play your F for a moment, and leave that middle finger in place, and instead of that index finger, you're going to drop that index finger, and also on the second fret, you're going to put your ring finger. So you can actually see that what's happening from an F to a G minor. Right, here's your F. And to play a D7, all we're going to do is move that finger over. Right, so we've got there. That's a D7. That's an F. We're just moving it up a fret, that one string. But we're not going to do it that way because that's hard to play. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to drop down that ring finger. It's almost like a Jaws kind of sound there, right? Okay. Second part. 2, 3, G minor goes to C. Now F goes to D minor. Now to G minor and C. Now here comes F. Here comes your D7. D7. Now G minor goes to C and to F and D minor. Now go to the C for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and D minor. Okay, here we go from the top. Now go to C. Yay, day, D minor, day, yay, day, yay, day, day, C, 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 back to D minor. Let's do all that again. Here comes the C, day, day, yay, day, D minor, yay, day, yay, day, day, C, day, day, yay, day, D minor. Okay, we're gonna go on. Here comes the G minor. Here goes, oh, G minor, and C, and F, and D minor, and G minor goes to C. Here comes the F, now D7. D7 and G minor goes to C and to F and D minor. Now C. C, 2, 3, 4, and on D minor. Okay.